Hello, my friends. Happy Monday. I am back in action with going live. Um, so happy to be here with you all today. And I want to talk about one of my favorite topics, and sometimes it's some people's most favorite or least favorite topics: money. And money is one of those things that brings up so many different energies, so many different like triggers and thoughts and ideologies. And it's just always such a really interesting topic to explore. And in particular, what I would like to explore with you all about money is like when money is not enough. And it's so interesting because money gets made to be the focal point for everything, right? It's like we quote unquote need it to survive, right? We use it to create our lives, to pay for food and clothing and shelter and, fun things we like to do. For one, really love my foodgasms. I love to enjoy really yummy food. It's a whole experience for me. And so there's different things that we all use money for, whether it's considered a necessity or something that, we really would like to enjoy. And it doesn't matter if you think you have a lot of money or you think you have not enough money. Like, it's just one of those things that brings up so much like stress and angst and all kinds of things in people's worlds. So I want to explore just a couple different things with you today around all of that, and hopefully give you some things to think about, some things to play with that can create some more ease in your world around this whole crazy topic that creates a lot of crazy for people and insanity in their worlds around money. So first thing I would love to invite you to remember is that whenever you think you have a money problem, whether it's too much and you don't know what to do with it, or not enough, or you get a lot, but then you always seem to give it away or spend it before you get it, like whatever might be coming up for you around money, it's never about the money. Like, never, ever, ever about the money. I know you think it is. I know you think it might be, but I promise you, it's never about the money. If money had that much power to solve whatever the problem might be, then it wouldn't keep coming back up in different forms and different iterations, right? The money would just take care of it. It's not about that. You hear those stories of people winning the lottery or even inheriting money and squandering it because they have no relationship with money. They have no knowledge of what to do with it. And, it ends up going out the door. And it doesn't matter if you're born with a lot or a little, like your relationship with money is everything. Yeah, Tiffany says so true. Very, very, very true. And it's something we don't often like think a lot about and we're not taught about. And it's something that seems to be a really taboo topic to have conversations around. So it's in like, where do you learn this from? Where do you get to explore this? Where do you get an opportunity to choose to even try to change it for yourself, right? And there are, some people who are born into wealth and they have these different relationships with money and also like the insider knowledge about what to do with it. And that gets passed down and it's taught from the time they're very, very little. And even then, sometimes, whatever that person chooses to do with that information, they may end up squandering it all away anyway. You hear the stories of like trust fund babies, and then the money is gone and they're struggling, or they might end up with a drug addiction. So it doesn't matter if you have a little or a lot, you can end up in all sorts of different situations. There's always more going on below the surface. And I promise you, it's never, ever, ever about the money itself. One thing you can do right now to start to change things around money is exercise. One of my very favorite things. But before I tell you what that is, I want to read you a really quick quote from one of my favorite books. It's called Money Isn't the Problem, You Are. And it's by a couple of guys I happen to greatly respect, Gary Douglas and Dr. Dean Heer. They are the creator and co-founder of a body of work called Access Consciousness. But there's a quote in here that says, when you are unwilling to claim, own, and be everything you are as the outrageous, wonderful being you are, no matter how much you want to resist and react to it, no matter how much you want to get away from it, you bankrupt yourself in every respect until you have no choice. So that, my friends, like that quote right there really like speaks to the energy and like gets underneath what I've been kind of talking about and what I've been saying about it never being about the money, and like why you see people, you think, oh, they have so much money. If I had that much money, I would never have those problems, or I would do this with it, or I would do that with it. So you think. It's really easy to fantasize what would be in a reality that you have not yet met. Right? That's also why I'm a fan of not saying never, because you don't know what you will actually choose or what you will actually do until you're in that situation. So a lot of your navigation around the world of money has so much to do with your relationship with yourself. How well do you know you? How intimate and how vulnerable are you willing to be with you? And that has way more ties to your relationship with money and how you choose to respect yourself with it, honor yourself with it, educate yourself around it. All of that is tied to your relationship with you. So, that being said, one of the really great things that you can do is really start to embody an attitude of gratitude. Okay. And gratitude is really closely tied to receiving. I talk about receiving a lot, I know. But it's because it is one of our greatest capacities, yet it's the thing we refuse more dynamically than anything else. I'm going to venture to guess that you did not wake up this morning and say, I'm so bad, I'm so wrong, I'm going to stop breathing. I know you probably think I'm crazy right now, and that sounds really extreme. But if you really think about it, just the very act of breathing is the simplest form of explaining what true receiving actually is. Without effort, without thinking about it, without having to earn it, without having to deserve it, right? You are breathing in life-giving oxygen from the trees and the plants. And you are breathing out life-giving carbon dioxide to those very same trees and plants. It's simultaneous gifting and receiving in action every single day. So then why does it get so weird when we start to look at all of the other energies that exist? Because money really is just an energy. Everything is energy. Everything. If you boil it down and break it down, it's all energy in different forms, moving to, through, and out of form all the time. We are energy. That is our very existence. And so it's very interesting how we go to make money or anything else very dense, very solid, very real, something very difficult that's outside of us that we then have to like earn or effort or force or decide we don't deserve in order to have, when it's your birthright. Abundance is your birthright. Wealth is your birthright. Receiving is your birthright. It's all connected, right? It's only these things that we're taught and these ideologies we take on and buy and believe, where then we start separating ourselves from everything and everyone around us, when the truth of the matter is everything is all connected. So starting to really take on and embody an attitude of gratitude for everything that you already are, for the brilliance of nature with how you were made, how you were formed, how you already exist. That is like one step. And everything you have already chosen, whether you like it or not, whether you've decided it's good or bad or right or wrong or not, every choice you've made in your life has led you to exactly where you are right now. So everything you've already chosen to lead you up to this point, taking on that attitude of gratitude can change so much. And then like one step beyond that, because that gratitude opens the door, right, for you to receive even more. Then taking it one step beyond that is like really beginning to enjoy your life. When you were a kid, when you were a baby, you didn't worry about how you were going to get your next meal or how you were going to meet that goal or how you were going to get more money. You just received because you could. And you were curious and exploring and playing. Like, what if you can begin to invite all of that energy back into your life and then truly also begin to celebrate the joy of being alive? Celebration is not meant to be saved only for special occasions. There's something you can celebrate every single day, big or small. I don't care what it is. There's something you can celebrate. So, going even beyond gratitude to celebration is a huge energy that then also invites that the joy of that energy of even more money coming into your life. And it can show up in ways you haven't even begun to determine are possible. It's really easy to get caught up in all the ways we calculate and formulate money can show up. There's so many other ways you can have unexpected checks show up in the mail or people gifting things to you. And it's not always about like the physical money or the digital currency we see in the bank account. Money can show up in the form of someone coming and bringing you flowers or buying your lunch or gifting you something you weren't expecting. So maybe if you can start to like even write down your gratitude for all the ways that money has shown up in your life that you didn't even think about before, that you didn't even acknowledge before, that invites more money to come into your life on every single level as well. Okay. And so we are past the 10-minute mark, which I usually try to keep my lives under 10 minutes. That didn't happen so much today, but this is one of those really huge topics where I could go on and on forever. So, that being said, I want to invite you to something very special that I am doing this Sunday. It is a class that is based on the very book I just read that quote out of, and it is called How Much Are You Willing to Receive? I will put the link down in the comments for you guys to register. It's going to be at 10 a.m. Mountain Standard Time this coming Sunday, November. What is this Sunday? I can't even think of the date. November 21st. It went out of my mind there for a second. So this Sunday, November 21st, it's an hour and a half class. You're going to get a manual PDF that you can download. We'll hop on Zoom and really start to explore some of these topics in a little more depth. It's not going to be a super technical class on how money works. Okay. I did come from 15 years in the financial services industry, so that is also one of my favorite topics to explore as well. I get really geeked out about exploring all the different ways money works, and I encourage you to always educate yourself in that area because there's always more to learn. But this is really going to be diving deeper into that relationship you have with money. How are you being with money? How are you honoring you with money? What have you decided money means to you? Like so many different things that we're going to explore in that area and take some of the concepts and tools that I've been talking about here today to a deeper level. So if you'd like to join me, I would love to have you for that. Link will be, I'll post it down in the comments after we get done here. Or you can feel free to message me. I can get it to you as well. And I look forward to having you come and play on Sunday. And even if you can't make it, like, please just start to go on the journey of discovering more about you, more about your relationship with you, and then also how that relates to your relationship with money, and open the door to more acknowledgement and more gratitude for you and the gift that you already are right here, right now, and everything you've created up until this moment. I promise you will open up so much more showing up in your life. And I will see you all next week.